So a friend once told me that every squirrel in the United States kills at least 2 people every year. And that is a very gross, I thought, to be overestimation until I met a squirrel in Fairmount Park. Back in 2 or 3 years ago, we were doing a project out in Fairmount Park for school, and we were near the Man Center, and my friend was taking pictures, and I was taking notes, and I noticed a squirrel. But he was different than the other squirrels. He was black. I've never seen a black squirrel before until this day, and normally they're brown or gray or red, but this one was black, so I called attention to it. And I said, "Eric, look, there's a black squirrel." But it had, totted up a tree, and we couldn't quite see it, so we run over to the tree to take a picture of it, but it is, making its way through the tree, and we can't seem to get it. And as we're doing this, someone from the intersection calls and says, "What are you guys doing?" And I say, "We're looking at a squirrel." And I was like, that sounded stupid. So to regain some of my intelligence, I say, "It's black." And Eric turns to me and says, "You probably shouldn't have said that." And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "It sounded kind of weird." And I was like, "Well, the cars had left the intersection, and it was, they were gone, and there was no problems." So I was like, "We're fine, not a big deal." So we give up on looking at the squirrel, and we start to walk back towards the car. And as we're walking back towards the car, a large Dodge Ram pickup truck cuts across the intersection, jumps the curb into the grass, coming into a sliding stop a few feet in front of us. And 2 men get out, and they're coming to us. They're black. And they're angry. And they say, "You ignorant son of a bitch! Why are you... There's no such thing as a black squirrel. I've never seen a black squirrel in my life." And I said, "I know! That's why we were chasing it and looking at the tree. And he's here, an inch in front of my face, and his friend is close, and my friend's close, and it's gonna get bad soon." And I'm like, "I know, I'm sorry, it sounded bad, but it's not true. It's in the tree, it's in the tree. Look, we're trying to take a picture of it." He's like, "Did you get a picture of it?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Exactly, because it doesn't exist, you bastard." Shit. I have nothing to tell this man that this is true. And he's getting in my face, and he's yelling at me and screaming at me, and I'm just waiting for him to throw the punch, and my friend Eric is waiting for him to throw the punch or do something, and luckily he never does, but he gives me one last little, chest bump, and gets back in his car and drives away. And that's how a squirrel taught me about racism.